All right, welcome back to Coffee Meets Murder, guys. As you may know by now, your mornings just got murderous. I'm Denise.
I'm Levon.
And today's is Levon's episode, right, Levon?
Yes, it is.
But, like we did last episode, we're going to start with a coffee order.
Right. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, right. My coffee order is ready? You have to line the cup with caramel.
Okay.
All right? Can't forget that. Then you put extra strawberry puree.
Okay.
2 vanilla pumps of syrup.
Okay.
I said that wrong. 2 pumps of vanilla syrup. Sorry.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
You're going to put 1 pump of honey blended syrup.
Okay.
You're going to do 2 pumps of classic syrup.
Okay.
3 chais. You got to double blend it. Not once.
Double blend.
Double.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You got to put caramel drizzle on top with cinnamon crumble top. And this is a strawberry cold foam cold brew.
So you go to the counter, you tell the person not to blend it once. Don't blend it once.
You got to blend it twice.
Put it in another blender and blend it a second time.
Yep. And then they're probably going to stare at you blend it twice.
And then
and count each of your pumps. So you got to put all of them right. It's not just don't taste right.
All right. So this order is a venti kiwi starfruit made with lemonade with 2 blonde shots, strawberry puree, and vanilla bean powder and chalky foam.
You're mixing coffee and like fruity things?
Yeah, it sounds like diarrhea.
That sounds bad.
Literally a laxative drink.
I feel like we're supposed to be giving orders that people will drink. Well, there's orders for everything.
Yeah.
Clearly people drink this. To each their own. You do you, boo.
It's ridiculous.
I will always be saying that.
So,
what is your case? On this Wednesday morning.
So this case is going to take us to Florida, Davie, Florida.
Davie, Florida.
And this case was a suggestion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
A suggestion.
We got a suggestion?
Yep.
Cool. What did they suggest?
Huh?
What did they suggest?
This case.
Okay. I don't need your sarcasm.
So, let's set the scene in Davie, Florida. And if you're not from South Florida, you might not be familiar with it. It's a town in Broward County, a suburban town, a little sprawling, the kind of place where strip malls sit next to horse farms, because Davie has this whole equestrian.
Yes, it's what we call horse country.
Yeah.
In Florida.
Literally. It's not a rough town. It's, it's not glamorous either, but it's just
Actually,
town.
It's a very wealthy area.
Yeah, but it's not like so, like when you look at it, you don't be like, oh, there's money. It just looks normal.
Yes, but you just assume people have money because you don't have a farm.
Yeah.
It's farm country, but it's like, I don't know, it looks kind of bougie.
Yeah, that definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you go South Florida, and it's like, you got Miami Beach, where it's like, there's like building beach bougie, and then you got like horse country
and apartments
bougie
all over the place.
Exactly, and then you have horse country bougie.
Yeah. I think it's better, but
Florida's on the state of its own.
Yeah, you have just about like all kinds of
terrains.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Except mountains, we don't have mountains.
Thank God. We have hills. So
trash hills.
Yeah. So this is the kind of place where a Waffle House on Volunteer Road, tucked into a strip plaza near Griffin Road and I-75, is exactly the kind of spot where locals stop in at 3 a.m. after a night out, or where overnight workers grab a plate of eggs before a shift.
I love Waffle House.
Yeah.
You remember that time during COVID we went to Waffle House?
Yeah.
But it was like in a really bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you didn't get down.
I didn't. I wasn't about to get down in that neighborhood. That's crazy.
We just ate it in the car.
We did. I was super scared. We should have just gone home.
Yeah.
We ate it in the car.
Might as well just eat it at home.
We ate it in the car. Oh, okay.
So all that's important because Waffle House, if you've never been to Waffle House, it's a 24-hour institution in the American South.
You really should try Waffle House if you have one around.
It's actually really good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Like I went to a really bad neighborhood to eat Waffle House.
Yeah.
And then we could have gotten shot.
they they don't close. They don't close for hurricanes or, wherever there's snowstorms. They don't close for that either. They're always open, which means someone always has to be there. Someone always has to work overnight. On the night of March 10th, in the early hours of March 11th, 2002, 3 people were working that shift at the Davie Waffle House. The first was Christina De La Rosa. She was 17 years old. She was a waitress.
17.
17, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. She was a waitress. She was young. And she was a mother. Her baby was 6 months old. So, yeah.
Like just born.
Yeah, pretty much. So Christina was a teenager working overnight shifts at a Waffle House to support an infant. That tells you everything about the kind of person she was. Not someone taking the easy road. Not someone sitting around. She was working. She was showing up. Although, I'm not trying to judge. Not trying to judge. But a baby at 17, you quite didn't make the right decisions, Not trying to judge, but,
I mean, stuff happens.
She's working. She's working on it.
I mean, right. What is she going to do now?
Exactly.
Not like live her 17-year-old life before? No.
No.
So, I mean, that just happens because, yes, choices, but
yeah,
I don't know how to explain it. Like, it just happens. You don't plan that one.
What's good is that she's working,
Right. She's taking responsibility.
Exactly. So, the second was Willy Absolu, an 18-year-old. He was a cook.
They couldn't get older people to work a night shift?
No.
They had to get children, basically. You're a child that is 17, 18 years old.
18 he was barely out of high school.
Like, how do you even go to high school? Like, at 17, you're going to high school, right?
Yeah.
At 18, some of us are still going to high school. How do you do a 12-hour shift at night and then go?
I worked overnight when I was 18.
And then go to 8 hours of school?
Go to high school.
That's insane. I would never be able to do that.
I worked at Subway.
Nope.
And then I left Subway.
You worked at Subway for like 2 seconds.
I worked at Subway for 2 months.
Exactly. Yeah. 2 seconds and you're like, this is not... There's a 24-hour Subway?
There's 24-hour Subway. The 24-hour Subway
they don't do that anymore.
Well, I don't know anymore, but the 24-hour Subway I worked was at... It was Broward. Not the Sheridan Street one. It was another one.
Broward be having like the most bougiest thing, a 24-hour Subway.
Yeah.
Who's eating Subway at 3 in the morning?
You'd be surprised. Let me tell you something. I had an order where they asked for the obviously the bread that they pick, and then they wanted me to take out the bread inside the bread, like the fluff, and just leave like the crust.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of Cubans do that with their Cuban bread.
I guess
they take out like la masa, like the.
Yeah, but that's different because they still eat it.
But some of them don't because it's like, I don't know, whatever.
I guess.
My grandmother used to do that all the time.
And not eat it?
Yeah, she would eat some of it, but you're talking about like a whole pound of bread because that's...
I down it.
Oh my God.
But no, they wanted it off. But, so,
that's like Hispanic stuff.
Yeah, bro. They weren't Hispanic. You're still figuring out who you are at 18.
You are.
I'm Hispanic, yeah. What?
I said you are like figuring yourself out at 18.
So Willy was at the beginning of his life, standing over a griddle in the middle of the night, probably thinking about whatever 18-year-olds think about.
He's probably hating life that he's standing in front of a griddle.
100%. He was cursing everybody there.
It's like, who wants eggs and sausages at 4 a.m?
Not a smile was on that guy. And the third was Barbara Nunn. And she was 37, significantly older than her coworkers, and she was a waitress as well. Barbara will become very, very important to this story because Barbara is the reason anyone was ever held accountable for what happened that night.
So she's like a hero in some sorts.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, why do you answer like that?
So these 3 people knew each other. They worked together, and they knew 2 of the men who walked through that door in the early hours of March 11th because those men had been there before.
They were scoping out the place. Weird.
So, and here's where it gets uncomfortable. Ooh. The two men who came in that night were not strangers. They weren't random opportunists who drove past a lit up restaurant and decided to pull over. These were people who had a relationship with this Waffle House, with these employees.
So they were like regulars.
And the first one is Jimmy McKill. He had actually worked at the Waffle House, and he knew the layout. He knew where the cash safes were. He knew the staff. He had stood behind that counter, worn that uniform, and clocked in and clocked out, just like they all did. He knew exactly what he was walking into when he came back. The second is Gerhard Hojan.
You butchered that.
I probably did. He went by Chip, which that's exactly what I'm going to call him because the name is horrendous.
All right, so we're going to call him Chip.
He was a regular customer. He and McKill were roommates. They had eaten at the Waffle House together multiple times. The employees recognized them. Barbara Nunn even knew them from a nightclub where the two men worked, and apparently they'd let her in for free on at least one occasion. Yeah. So picture this. It's 4 a.m. Christina, Willy, and Barbara are working there overnight. Two familiar faces walk in, Chip and McKill. They sit down and they eat breakfast. They just sit there and eat. Whether that's audacity or like weird or some kind of detached calm, I don't know. But they ate their meal in a restaurant where they were about to do some monstrous things. And then McKill got up and left.
So they said, we're going to eat before we do this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So they cooked them food, and then they did what they had to do.
Yeah.
Or they wanted to do, not had to.
Yeah. Which kind of sounds a bit more cynical.
It's horrible, actually.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as hearing, like, people murdering other people in, like, the house, and they just sit after they do it. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. You know, there's a guy. Oh, we'll talk about that later.
But that's after the fact.
Yeah.
I mean, people can be like, oh, adrenaline coming down from it, things like that.
Sure.
But before,
yeah. He ate full meals.
like nothing.
Full bellies. And then Buddy came back with a bolt cutter.
Oh, my goodness. A bolt cutter.
Yeah. So McKill headed toward the employee area of the restaurant with the bolt cutters. His purpose, obviously, the cash safe. The restaurant kept money locked up, and McKill, with his inside knowledge, knew exactly where to find it and how to get to it.
Did you know how much?
No, but I think we'll get to that later.
All right.
At the same time, Chip produced a handgun. He ordered Christina, Willy, and Barbara into the back of the kitchen, and then he directed them into the walk-in freezer. The kind of industrial freezer that restaurants use for food storage. And then he shut them inside.
Oh, no. I would hate going to the Chuck E. Cheese one.
Why?
Because it was so cold in there.
Oh, yeah. It's called a freezer.
What did I say?
Yeah, no. I mean, you're like, because it's so cold in there. Yeah, it's...
Well, I know, but my thing was that I hated going in there because it was cold. And then in my mind, I was like, I'm going to get stuck in here. Nobody's going to get me out.
It has a thing. It has like a push.
Right. Yeah. But, you know, anxiety.
And yeah, I guess. That just knock. There's somebody there. So, let's pause for that for a second. So, there's 3 people locked in a freezer at 4 a.m. Obviously, they're terrified. And as you just explained it, they're cold. They have no idea what's going to happen next. Are they going to be left there? Is someone going to find them? Or is something worse coming? Although, you know, now thinking about it, how did you lock them in the freezer?
Maybe they put something in the front of the door.
Maybe. Those freezers are designed for that same thing. If you get locked inside, you're able to push the button.
Right.
It's like a lever. You push it and it pushes the one outside.
Right, and it opens, like once you're inside the freezer, it opens out.
Exactly.
So they had to have put maybe something in the front that jammed it, so they can't open it.
Yeah, maybe.
But again, it goes back to this, like you can probably, the door is thick, so you can probably push it. Like there's 3 people in there, you're not going to push it.
Yeah.
Open. It opens out.
All weird, let me tell you. But something worse was coming to them. Chip returned to that freezer 3 times. The first time he told them to hand over their cell phones. No escape, no calling for help. The second time, he demanded their personal cash. And the third time, Chip came back for a reason that had nothing to do with money. He ordered them to turn around, and he told them to kneel on the floor. Barbara Nunn pleaded with him. She argued, she reasoned, she begged. Christina De La Rosa begged too. She told them about her baby. She was a mother. She had a 6-month-old at home who needed her, and she asked him to let her live so that she could go back to her child. And Chip shot all 3 of them. Christina was shot twice.
Oh.
One bullet severed her spinal cord. Another severed her carotid artery. The medical examiner would later say that either wound on its own would have been fatal. Willy was shot twice as well. Once in the arm, a wound that wasn't fatal on its own, and once in the head, which obviously. Barbara was shot in the head. And then Chip left them there in a freezer with the lights off.
So he shot the other 2 twice just to make sure, because he wasn't sure. Yeah. Because the third, like the girl, the 17-year-old, was shot in the head, so he was like, for sure. That's why she didn't get shot twice.
Yeah. I guess maybe he shot her like in the back, like like her spine or whatever, and he was like, maybe she.
Maybe he didn't do justice.
Yeah, maybe she didn't. Justice, Jesus Christ. Maybe she didn't die.
You know what I mean? You know. A bad choice of words.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe like he wasn't sure, so he did it twice.
Exactly.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah. So he and Mikhail fled the scene, obviously.
No, he was just gonna stay there for the police.
So this is the part of the story that we needed to come back to. Barbara Nunn was shot in the head at close range and left for dead on the floor of a walk-in freezer. By every reasonable expectation, she should have never woken up again. But, surprisingly, she did.
What?
Yeah. At some point, I imagine it felt like an eternity for her. Barbara regained consciousness. She was lying on the freezer floor. Willy Absolu's legs were on top of her body, and Christina was gone. Willy was gone. As in, you know.
Right, she realized that they were dead.
Yeah. And Barbara Nunn got up. She crawled out of the freezer. She made her way through the back of that restaurant, and she walked, shot in the head, bleeding, to the gas station next door.
What?
The attendant at the gas station helped her. They called 911. And before Barbara was even taken to the hospital, before a helicopter came to airlift her, she gave a taped statement to law enforcement officers. While she was bleeding, traumatized, and fighting for her life, she sat there and she told police exactly who had done this.
Chip did it.
She named Chip and she named Jimmy McHale. She described what happened with clarity that frankly is extraordinary given what she had just survived. Chip was arrested later that same morning. And when detectives from the Davie Police Department sat him down for an interview, he confessed. He told them what he had done. So, let's take a second here and acknowledge what Barbara Nunn did, because it would have been, and I say this with complete understanding, it would have been completely understandable if she had just focused on surviving. If she hadn't been able to remember, if the trauma had been too overwhelming, she had just been shot in the head. She had just watched or had been next to 2 of her coworkers that had died. And she still gave that statement. She still made sure that those names were on the record, and Barbara Nunn is the reason this case has the outcome it has. Both Chip and McHale were charged, tried, and convicted through their outcomes, though their outcomes were different. Jimmy McHale was convicted of 3 counts of armed kidnapping and 2 counts of armed robbery. He was not convicted of murder. He is currently serving multiple consecutive life sentences for his role in the crime.
So they each wait, go back. So they each are facing the murder, or is it just
No, just Chip.
So the other one's like a helper and a thief.
The other one just got convicted of armed kidnapping
And robbery.
and robbery.
Okay. But the other one is serving all 3 life sentences or all 3 murder sentences.
Jimmy McGill got convicted of 3 counts of armed kidnapping and 2 counts of armed robbery. And he is serving multiple consecutive life sentences. He's not going to be out.
No, he's not. But the other one might.
No. Because the other one pulled the trigger.
Oh, no. I'm confused.
Jimmy McGill was the ex-employee, and Chip was the...
But Chip was the one who pulled the trigger.
Correct.
Okay.
And Chip, who's the man who pulled the trigger, was convicted of 2 counts of first-degree murder for the deaths of Christina De La Rosa and Willy Absolu. He was also convicted of attempted first-degree murder for shooting Barbara Nunn. And on top of that, armed kidnapping.
Yeah, the robbery and everything else that the other one got.
The full weight of what he did laid out in a verdict. In 2003, a jury recommended the death penalty for Chip by a vote of 9-3. And the judge sentenced him to death.
Yay.
But here is where it gets complicated, as it always does. In 2016, the Supreme Court ruled Hearst versus Florida that Florida's death penalty sentencing scheme was unconstitutional because it allowed a judge to impose death without a unanimous jury recommendation.
No.
So Florida's laws changed, and that meant that defendants like Chip, who had been sentenced to death on a non-unanimous recommendation,
are no longer sentenced to death.
Were entitled to new sentencing hearings. So, in October of 2018, a new jury was impaneled to reconsider Chip's sentence. They came back 12-0. Unanimous.
Woot. That's what he deserves, no?
The death penalty, yeah.
That's what he deserves for doing such a senseless act for what? Like, I understand that you wanted to rob the money.
Right.
Right, because robbing and, like, kidnapping is one thing. But then it's like, what caused you to then go back and be like, I need to get rid of these people?
Yeah.
But it's like, why would you also rob an area where you're very well known? Like, that's probably why, like a means to an end type of thing. That's probably what happened. You realize, like, I can rob this place, but we ate here, sat here.
Yep.
They know us because we're regulars, right? Or we're just people who know, the staff knows us. We got to get rid of them because they're going to know it's us.
Yep.
Over how much money could it have really been? You know what I mean? So it's like senseless, honestly. And not very well thought through.
At all.
I feel like if you're going to commit a crime...
I think he might have just panicked. Like, he's like, oh, they saw my face.
Well, I mean, this is which is what I was going to say now. I feel like if you're going to commit a crime, whatever crime it might be, because it could just be like, robbery.
Yeah.
Can you think it through? Because how are you going to be like, I'm going to rob the Waffle House that you worked at, right? Because you're talking to the friend.
Yeah.
And the friend not be like, hey, yeah, but they know us.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. Like, think it through. Like, we rob it. Now what? Like, if I were to organize myself in a crime. Okay, we do this. Now what? Yeah. No solution? No crime. What? It makes... I mean, I don't want to commit a crime. I'm not going to. But what was the thought process behind that one? You know what I mean? 100%. Like, and then your solution is murder. So an even bigger... I guess
that's why he did it. So that
like an even bigger charge?
Yeah, but maybe he was like, you know what? If I kill them, nobody will ever know it was us.
Allegedly, because, we would have never thought... We won't know, or we will never know exactly how that would have gone down if it wasn't for Barbara.
Actually.
You know what I mean? Like,
there is a case in the queue.
Okay.
Sometime in the next couple of weeks. Similar case. Similar.
But no survivors.
And then you'll hear how that case went about.
Okay. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that they would have never been caught.
Right.
We just don't know how that would have gone down.
And the other case...
If it wasn't for her, you know...
But the other case
giving her statement.
Had no survivors. it was in the 90s, so it was like a decade earlier than 2002. So you didn't have the technology or whatever for like DNA and all these things that 2002 had.
Right. So here it probably would have been a lot more different.
Exactly.
Than comparing it to something in the 90s or the 80s, which I get, but still, like, think your things through.
100%. But so Chip was sentenced to death for a second time. Okay. And in December of 2020, the Florida Supreme Court upheld that sentence.
2020?
And he remains on death row today.
What?
I don't I know that.
Why does it take so long to do anything in the court proceeding?
That does take. Everybody has rights.
Like you want to, like, for example, the crime happens today. Yeah. You won't have the trial for 4 years later.
Yeah. The problem.
Why?
You have to give both sides enough time to get all of their stuff lined up.
I get it.
To make sure that all the witnesses are available for trial.
So then, this is where I go. Okay, I get that, right? I get that you have to organize everything, get all your paperwork together to be able to defend the side that you're on. I get it. But once the verdict is already given, why are we waiting years? Like you just said.
For the death.
He was sentenced to death. Right. Or he was sentenced to...
why does it wait so long to basically kill them?
Right.
The problem with that is that he also has rights, and he has a right to appeal.
So he keeps appealing.
And he has a certain the thing is he doesn't have unlimited appeals. He has a certain amount of appeals.
Right, but it takes a while.
Yes, it does.
To appeal. Like because once you appeal, then it takes a thing, and then it goes to people that are going to, whatever, change it or not change it and all that good stuff. Yep. But still, my tax-paying money is going to somebody on death row.
Yep. And it's going to go to his last meal too. Which
have you ever seen those videos or posts where it shows you the last meal to certain people?
Yeah.
I haven't fact checked it, but some of them were insane. Some of them were oh, okay, I guess that's why it's a good last meal. Some people were I want nothing.
I guess.
What is the purpose of the last meal?
For you
Not only did you kill somebody, but we're just gonna give you a last hurrah.
Yeah, literally.
Shouldn't get anything.
They even give them right before they do whatever way they choose that they're gonna kill the person.
Kill them.
They give them one last opportunity to give a statement. So they're able to say one last thing.
There have been serial killers that have taken things to the grave.
Oh,
and that to me is insane. I'm you're gonna pass away anyways. You might as well say it.
No.
But they relish.
To them, it's that. That's the mystery. For you, you always be guessing.
They relish in that mystery for you. Yep. Or they relish torturing the victim's parents.
Yep.
Or family member.
Yeah.
And that is just such a crazy state of mind.
You will never know. And that to them brings so much happiness. It's insane.
Yeah. They're all so I weird. Know something you don't.
It's so weird.
It is weird. It's such a difficult mindset to even put yourself in. Yeah. I don't want to put myself in. That's just I even try to think about it, and it's I don't get it. It's so complex.
But yeah, that's really all we got for the case.
Yeah, that was a good case.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. But there will be another one. Kind of similar to this.
Okay, we don't want to give too much out though.
Yeah, no. But it has a different outcome.
Well,
yeah.
Hope you guys stick for that one then.
So make sure you follow us.
As always on Instagram.
Yep.
Spotify. Leave us any comments, any suggestions.
Yes.
On different cases. Maybe you want to send in your coffee order.
Yes.
But we will read everything and try to answer as promptly as we can.
Yes.
Follow us on X. Anything else you would like to add?
TikTok.
Oh,
TikTok.
And we will see you next Wednesday.
All right.
Bye.
Goodbye.